Welcome to episode 37 of Tools in the Hall. We had some delayed shipping happen last week, which means a bunch of our stuff got kind of log jammed, so it all came in at once. And that's good news for you because it means we have a humongous tool haul to go through. I'll try to spare you some of the more mundane things and just focus on the cool stuff because there's a ton of new things that came in. So let's get right to it. And I'm going to start with a real fan favorite. This is the Gearwrench 114-piece tap and die set. If you're interested, the part's 82812. This guy's got taper taps and plug taps. Two sizes of tap wrenches, medium and large, because this has all the jumbo size taps. It goes to 3/4 of an inch on the standard side and on the metric. Hold on. $18mm on the metric side, so it has a lot of the larger sizes, so it has two size tap wrenches, and these are the beautiful ratcheting pass-through tap wrenches, and the tap collets fit up inside and lock into the tap wrenches, and the die holders fit up inside of the tap wrenches as well. The nice thing about the tap wrenches here is that they're large enough that you can palm them and then work them slowly, and as the ratchet, it makes it easier for you to start your threading instead of having to cross over hand and risk wallowing out the top of the hole. If you want to see a complete breakdown of this set, I shot a video on it. Check it out up here. It goes over the entire set in detail. Also has some tutorials on how to properly use the different kinds of taps that come in the set. And I think that for the money, it's extremely difficult to beat this particular set. I sell the Irwin tap and die sets and a couple of other brands, but this is the one that I keep putting on the truck because the price is better, the quality I believe is better, and it's more comprehensive and complete a set than ones you'll find from Irwin or other brands. So good on Gearwrench for releasing this set a few years ago when they did. It's been extremely popular. Every time I get them on the truck, they're gone again. It's tough to keep them in stock because they always go on back order. So I was glad to at least get another one rolling in the door. So we'll just keep bringing them in as I can. And right now, this is the next one that came in. So I don't imagine it'll be on the truck for too long. Usually a day or two at the most. And then we'll get some more in. But it's a very popular set. You can't go wrong with it if you're looking for a tap and die set. And I've never met anyone who was unhappy with it. I sold a lot of these sets to fabricators. A couple of machinists have bought them from me. So I hold those guys in pretty high regard when it comes to scrutinizing the quality of taps and dies, and they all say they really enjoyed the set. So this tap and die set has built custom motorcycles for very high-end clients, for extremely high-end shops that I service, and they've machined very, very high tolerance or low tolerance engines and other work that they've done for a lot of other custom shops that I sold them to. So I have a lot of faith in the set. And I think that you should too because it has ringing endorsements from everyone I've sold them to. And one of the reasons why they sell so well is because when one guy in the shop buys it, usually somebody else in the shop wants to buy it after they get a look at it and get a chance to use it. So it's a very popular set. Glad Gearwrench has it. Check out the other video and get all the details on it. I got an individual hook from Mayhew. This is one of the larger hose hooks. I'm replacing a broken hose hook. Rather, not a broken one. I guess someone lost it. Yeah, this isn't a warranty. Someone lost a hose pick that he's looking to replace. And Mayhew has these nice long ones with a beefy handle on them. Very comfortable grip on these. And they have a number of different tip selections. They pack these in styrofoam so you don't poke yourself. And getting this for a guy who, I guess he lost one or he's looking to fill out his collection or something. I can't remember exactly what the circumstances were, but he He asked me for this one specifically. Mayhew replaced their older version of their long hose picks with this one. I think this is about an inch or two shorter than their previous design, but still, lifetime warranty. It's from Mayhew. I believe this one's made in the US. They make a lot of their stuff in the US, which is one of the reasons why I really like Mayhew as a company. They're US, a lot of US manufacturing. They do make some stuff in Taiwan, but a lot of their stuff is made in the US and it's very, very good quality. I got a couple of these half-inch long-handled 120 XP ratchets from Gearwrench. These are another product that's difficult to keep in stock because the pricing on these is extremely good. Right now, I think they're going for $109.90. So for less than 110 bucks, you can get a 24-inch long 120 XP mechanism ratchet. And when you compare the price on a 24-inch ratchet to any of the other premium brands, or especially the tool truck brands, you're going to spend a lot more money on a very similar ratchet, and this one seems to fit the bill just fine for most folks. So the price being what it is on this, compared to the other tool truck prices, and I think you'll find that you get a perfectly good product for a whole lot less money. Lifetime warranty on the handle, the head, the mechanism, everything on it's covered. You have heard me brag about and sing the praises of the Cut drill bits. I sell other brands too. I sell Titan and Performance Tool. K-Tool has a line of drill bits, but Irwin also has a line of very good drill bits. When it comes to deciding which ones to put on the truck, I'll put the Cut ones on. But if you want to save yourself significant money and still get quality bits, Irwin is an excellent choice. They do put a warranty on all the sizes larger than a 1/4 inch. The thing about these is they're not quite as hard as the Cut ones. They cut very well, though. It really is a matter of preference. If you're fine with bits like this and you don't want to spend well over $300 for the Cut ones, you can go with the Irwin ones, get yourself a warranty on all the sizes larger than a 1/4 inch, and you save yourself over $100 when you compare the price. Now, the Cut ones are still very good. It really is up to you what you want, because the Cut ones are harder. They're salt nitride treated. These are the black and gold bimetal bits. They also have a cobalt grade bit from Irwin. In fact, they have 2 cobalt grade bit sets from Irwin, depending on the cobalt content in the alloy. And if you're going to be drilling rather hard materials, stainless steel, even titanium, then the Cut bits will do that for you. Of course, they're also good for softer materials. Irwin ones are very good for certain types of materials, depending on what it is you're drilling. It's important when you're drilling holes to match up your bit with the material you are drilling. Do not go fast. Use a lubricant. That is your friend. Pressure more than speed when you're drilling a hole will get you the results you're looking for. A lot of guys burn up the bits because they go too fast. They don't use lubricant. And then they complain that the bit's not good. It's not the bit. It's your technique. It requires the technique that you may not realize you need. So finesse in the way of drilling holes is the way to go. And be cautious, be slow, take your time, use oil, pressure over speed. Here I've got a tie rod and inner bearing race puller from OTC. I believe I'm replacing one under warranty. This is a regular 2-jaw puller with a forcing screw that you can use an impact on. Pretty standard puller. Just trying to see if there's a weight rating on it. They don't give a weight rating. I'm going to guess it's at least a 5-ton, judging on the size. And it's designed to connect to the outer tie rod end. And you can use it to separate inner bearing races from shafts. And yeah, it's a warranty replacement for somebody. I think these induction headlamps are my biggest seller right now. I've shown you these in other tool hauls. These are the headlamps that come with an LED strip in the front and a side light. There's two buttons that you use on these lamps. One of them's power. You turn that on and it cycles each mode, the band in the front or the side light, on high and low, and just keeps sequentially pushing it, and it goes through each light and brightness setting. But then there's another button you push, and depending on what mode you have it selected, what mode you have selected, you push the other button, and then it has a motion sensing on and off switch, so you don't have to actually touch the button again. These are extremely popular. One reason is because they throw such a nice even light. The other is they're very inexpensive. I sell these individually for $25, but this is a 2-pack. I'll sell the 2-pack for $40, and that's less than I think that Matco has them for. Matco's branding them themselves, but these are unbranded. They're an unbranded China product, and they do that so that other companies can put their own brands on it if they want to. But they've been selling like crazy. I can't keep enough on the truck. I'm ordering like a dozen at a time, and they leave as fast as they come in. In fact, I just ordered another dozen, and before this shipment came in, people were asking me about them, and I've already got half of them spoken for, so I'm sure before too much longer, the others are going to go the way of these, and I'll have to order some more. Pocket pry-wires are very popular, and Lang has a nice 2-piece set. It's kind of hard to see in the packaging. Yeah, I can't really see the tips. See if I can get it down there for you. One is a straight tip, one's a curved tip. They have orange handles with a pocket clip on them and lifetime warranty. The 2-pack is $25, and I have a bunch of these because while I keep a few on the truck in inventory, one shop manager has purchased I don't know, like a dozen, dozen and a half of these, I think, a couple of dozen of these for the guys in his shop as little Christmas items that he's showing some appreciation for his crew with. And I think it's a nice little giveaway item there right around Christmas. So that's going to him and his guys next week. These are the 2-inch conditioning discs that use a roll-lock quick connect threaded fastener. These are the brown coarse ones. And I've had the good fortune lately of striking up a new relationship with a number of different shops to sell consumable items like gloves, conditioning discs, body panel clips, fuses, radiator hose clamps, and other items like that. And it's a nice arrangement where they show me where they store their stuff, they tell me how many they want, and I go in and I just fill them back up to certain levels of all these items, and then they give me a credit card and I run it. It's so nice to be able to do business like that. I've dealt with corporate shops in the past that have me invoice them, and then they have to submit that to some central accounting department, and they take forever to do that. And I've been, sometimes I wait 60 days to get paid on stuff, and it's kind of a pain. You have to remember that you got to follow up with them, and but these guys are great. I cannot say enough about the shops that I'm working in this new relationship with, because they just give me the credit card and I run it. I don't have to invoice them. I just give them a receipt when I'm done, and they trust me to restock them to the levels that they need. It's a terrific, terrific arrangement for them. So thank you, Juke Automotive, and thank you, Waste Connections, in both your shops for allowing me to do that for you, because it means a lot to me. It's terrific business, and I'm glad to be able to do that with you. And as I kind of perfect this system, because it's fairly new, then I'll start offering the same services up to other shops, and hopefully I can expand that offering and just have another revenue stream, another way of doing business. Lots of companies make safety glasses. I kind of like the Milwaukee ones because they're comfortable, they're fairly inexpensive, they're ANSI rated, and they come in a nice package. I have had others that come in packaging that's not so good. I don't like the Uvex packaging, to be honest with you. It's just these cardboard boxes that are kind of clunky. These are nice because you can see the product and you can hang it, so I can just display this easier on the truck. I don't have to take up shelf space. I can actually hang it from the ceiling And as a result, these are selling pretty good and pretty regularly now because, by and large, the packaging is so attractive. These are disconnect pliers from Lisle, and you can disconnect all kinds of different connectors with these. The nice thing about this design is it's fairly generic, and one shop I know uses these for airlines. They work on diesel trucks, and what they do is let's say their airline connector is here, they'll clip vice grips just below that, and then they insert this between the connector and the vice grips, and they squeeze it, it pops the air fitting off. So very handy for lots of different applications. Actually, I believe that shop is the only one that buys these from me. And as they get new guys on, they all tell them the same thing, buy these, and it makes it far easier for them to work on their lines. These are the true flush cuts from Klein. I like Klein a lot. I love that their stuff is made in the US, and their flush cuts are true flush cuts in that they're not like a pair of diagonal cutters that leave a point. They actually do cut straight across. So I've seen flush cutters that weren't true flush cutters. These are, and they're fairly inexpensive. I think these are going for 28 bucks now on the truck. Lifetime warranty, made in the US. Love dealing with Klein. I have only ever seen good quality items come from them, and these are no exception to the rule. Very popular with diesel techs is the shaker siphon. It's such a simple mechanism, but it's pretty cool. You have this copper fitting on one end with a ball in it. And you see that ball? And you jiggle that around. Here, listen. All you do is you stick this end in the fluid you want to siphon, and then you stick the open end down here in your empty container. You shake it, and that ball moving in there creates the siphon action, and it siphons down the hose. Very effective. Diesel guys love that for some reason. Not a lot of automotive guys buy it, but diesel techs buy it all the time. I got a Coast XP9R flashlight. These are very popular because the price is so good. They put a lifetime warranty on them, and they perform very well. You can compare these favorably to Streamlight products. It comes down to your preference, ultimately, which ones you like. Just know that the warranty process for Coast has an advantage over the Streamlight ones. If a Coast light needs warranty replacement, I just give you a new one and you hand me your old one. With Streamlight, we've got to send them into Streamlight for service. So it takes a little longer to turn those around. And I have gone back to Streamlight pen lights. Their Stylus Pro USB lights are now the ones I'm carrying in stock because Coast, for some reason, jacked the price on their pen lights, where now they're absurdly expensive and I won't carry them. But you still get perfectly good value with their XP lineup of lights. So we're sticking with these, but we cycled out the Coast pen lights for the Streamlight Stylus USB Pro lights. I know these were on back order for a while, and I'm still waiting for more to come in, but this is a jumbo set of double-ended spline wrenches from K-Tool. If the information I got is correct, these are all made by a company called Sabo. They're a Chinese company that manufactures this style wrench for everybody. You've seen this wrench under lots of different brand names over the years. Mountain, Monster when they were a thing, K-Tool, Platinum, Matco, EZ-Red. There's a ton of different brands that carry this wrench. I think they're all made by Sabo out of China. And these are the jumbo size wrenches. These are 21, 22, 24, and 25. Yes, they skipped the 23. They also have a 5-piece metric set that goes 8 to 19 and a 4-piece standard set. I've been waiting for the 5-piece metric set to come back in stock now forever. It's on back order. I don't know when they're going to release them. Hopefully soon, but it's been a long time. Boots are important to keep your feet happy and safe and keep the rest of your body happy, because if your feet aren't happy, nothing else on your body will be. So take care of your tootsies the way you should and look for a really good quality boot. Boots are expensive, but they have to be, because a lot of good engineering goes into a quality boot to keep your feet as they should be, and that's going to help your knees, your hips, your back. It helps your neck. Happy feet make a happy you. So invest in your boots wisely. Blundstone has pretty good boots that I've come to take quite a nice liking to. Solid sole on these, welded nicely to the leather upper. They have the elastic panels. These are just like the redback ones, and I haven't seen anyone in the US carrying redbacks since they kind of dried up a couple of years ago. But Blundstone has stepped up and offered their products, and these have been selling pretty well. They're I think very similar to the redbacks in basic design. I do think though that the sole and how it's welded to the upper is a little bit better on the Blundstone. I also think they put a better insole in these. I was never really happy with redbacks insoles. My recommendation to people would be to pull the insole out when you got the boots and buy some third-party insole, because they were way better. That was the one failing of redback. So luckily that's not a problem anymore, because redback's not a thing, which means we got to do our best to backfill that. I was trying Terra boots for a short time. Looks like that brand never really panned out, but Blundstone is now regularly available, and I think they got rather good quality. A lot of guys ask me if I have rubber tips for blowguns. If I sold just the 3 rubber tips by themselves, they'd cost just over $50 for 3 rubber tips. Instead, I can get this entire Titan 4-inch blowgun with 3 rubber tips for $30. So I don't even bother putting tips on the truck, because if you want the tips, guess what? You'll save $20 and get a free blowgun. Look at it that way. Easy decision. If you work with 90-degree brass fittings, you may wonder if there's a specialty tool for loosening and tightening them instead of having to wrangle with, say, a large pair of tongue and groove pliers. And the answer is yes. You may not have known these existed, and if you did, you may not have known what they are called. Weatherhead sockets are the sockets you need to work on 90-degree brass fittings. They're open on the side, so they go over the elbow, okay? And they grab it that way, and then you just use your breaker bar or your ratchet to loosen and tighten the fitting. You probably have to use your breaker bar to break it loose. But that's what the Weatherhead sockets are for. They're not cheap. Even the Sunex ones, which are usually priced way better than other brands, I've seen these priced at over $500 in some other brands. But the Sunex ones on the truck are $349. Yes, they are pricey, but they are a specialty socket, and there's really only one application for them, and that's it. So you're gonna have to pay for them. Unfortunately, it's a lot, but I know guys that have spent way more on these sets. There's one shop I spent a lot of time at, and that's Capital Metro, that work on transit buses for Austin. And I know a lot of the guys there own these, and they bought them years ago before I started servicing them. And I think at the time, the only ones they could buy were the Snap-on ones, and you know they're just paying an absurd amount of money. And then I started servicing them, and then guys are buying the Sunex ones from me. But you know, it's an effort to save some money and still get a quality product and not have to be relegated to buying off the Snap-on truck necessarily if you don't like the pricing. I would never say anything bad about their quality at all, but man, you pay for it. And you can save yourself, you know, a couple $100 by buying the Sunex ones. I thought I was going to take this out of the package, but it's all sealed up. This is a 49-ounce dead blow hammer from Gearwrench. Lifetime warranty on the hammer. And their pricing's pretty good. I think that one goes for like $70 or something. And I keep a variety of sizes on the truck. They have one that's just slightly larger than that. I think a 52 ounce, I believe. And they go all the way down to 16 ounce, if I'm not mistaken. They might have a 12, but I think 16 is the smallest on this style. And they have brass hammers and soft face hammers and other types. But as far as the dead blows go, that's the one that I keep. I also have the Bash sledgehammers from Wilton, but I don't stock those because they're rather pricey. And although they're excellent quality, if you give people a choice, they'll tend to go for something more like this. If they don't need the harder faced sledgehammer, they'll go with something like this for most applications. This is in the shipping box, so I won't bust it out, but you have seen me take out and show you the 1/4 inch digital torque wrenches from Gearwrench. This is one of them. They tend to run about the 1/4, 3/8 and 1/2 inch digital Gearwrench torque wrenches are outstanding values. Very high quality. I see them being on par with every other premium brand and about half the price as the Snap-on ones. These have angle. They have a flexible 120 XP head. They beep, light up, and vibrate when you hit your target torque. Rather easy to use. They just use 2 AA batteries and you're off and running. Like every other torque wrench I know of, they have a 1-year warranty, and yeah, you should get it recalibrated once a year if it's being regularly used. Make sure that it's staying true, especially if the shop you work in requires some kind of certification or something like that. Then we can get them calibrated and certified if you need that. But you know, they're outstanding value. Their 3/8 right now is on sale for $338. Their 1/2 inch is on sale for I think $425 or $435. The 1/4 inch is $400. It's not a sale price. The other two sizes are on sale, and the 1/4 drive isn't as popular. I think the 3/8 is the most popular, so people buy that a lot. Unfortunately, the pricing is so good on these, and they go out of stock a lot, kind of like the tap and die set, that they're on back order a lot. But these just came in for a customer that I'm going to deliver to Tuesday. So glad to see those actually becoming more available now. This is a replacement wrench handle for the Gearwrench Serpentine belt wrench set. Someone lost his, I think. Yeah, he lost it. So I'm replacing that for him. Shark Industries has really good cutoff tools, cutoff wheels rather. These are the 1/16 width, 3-inch cutoff wheels. Rated for 25,000 RPM at a 54 grit, 10 pack. I can get different brands, but Shark is pretty reliable. Those wheels tend to hold together very well. They don't fly apart. When it comes to something like this, I want to make sure that I'm getting the best quality that I can get, and if that means it costs more, so be it. I don't want to put anyone's life or safety at risk by selling them an inferior cutoff wheel that can fly apart. It's too dangerous, and for a couple of extra bucks, buy the better quality wheel. A lot rides on that. So make sure you're either getting good advice on these or you're doing some research to decide what you think is best. I am a fan of the Shark ones because of that. I would recommend them to anybody. These are more disconnect pliers from Lisle, but these are the kind that you use on those annoying yellow plastic tabs on those black hose connectors. And the head here wraps around the connector to push in those yellow tabs. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, this is just a T15 Torx bit socket from Gearwrench. This is a warranty replacement. Oh my God, the T15 broke. Seriously? This is my surprise face. They all break, especially the T15. I offer services like knife sharpening. For a few bucks, I'll just put your knife to a stone and get you a brand new edge on it. I also clean up your knives. Yeah, I'm going to return your knife in nicer shape than when I found it. This guy was a little dirty, but he cleaned up nice. This is one of those knives from Cobra Tech, if you're familiar at all with these guys. Very good quality knives, and they have these cool switchblade type where the knife blade extends out of the front, and it's spring-loaded both ways. It's spring-loaded to extend and spring-loaded to retract, depending on how you push the switch there. Just push that up to extend the blade and then pull it back down, and the blade goes back in. They have 3 different sizes of this particular model, and they have a number of different blade configurations. They have drop point, tanto point, they have serrated, they have double-edged dagger style, with or without serrations. They got a ton of different options and handle colors. This is that Robin blue one, and I'm going to be doing a video on a bunch of knives because I'm going to do just a knife haul video. I ordered some Cobra Tech ones to come in, as well as some new ones from CRKT and from Buck. So I'm excited to show you all those. This is really cool because you can see how when you push the release, the blade pops out, and then when you pull it back, the blade goes back in. And this is just their non-serrated drop point blade. Very easy to sharpen these as well. They hold an edge rather well, and they're a pretty good quality item. Lifetime warranty on these. The only thing to be aware of with Cobra Tech is with each knife, you get a product registration card. You must register your knife with them using the number on that card in order for your warranty to be valid. So if you buy a Cobra Tech knife, be sure to register it and use the card it comes with, and there's a code on there that you use to validate the registration card and activate your warranty. So do that so everything gets covered like it should. Really cool knives, solidly built, and the pricing on these is pretty good, I think, for what you get. If I'm not mistaken, this size goes for about $115, $120. They have larger ones and smaller ones that are priced more and less respectively. And I'm going to be getting a bunch of these in. We're going to do a whole video on these. This one I just had in to sharpen for a customer who asked me to do that for him. So I'm happy to. I am carrying some more Streamlight products now. Their pocket mate lights are very popular. We put a bunch of those on the truck for Christmas time because they're an excellent gift idea. Also a very good gift idea is their Microstream USB lights. These guys are really cool because they're compact, rather bright. They're rated for 250 lumens on high and 50 lumens on low, with a 1.5 hour runtime on high, 3.5 hour runtime on low, and they're rated to be drop proof to a meter. They have a clip on them for your pocket or your ball cap, and they've got a recharging cord that comes with it. They have a few different colors. This is the coyote one or the brown one. They have blue and black and some other colors as well. I got, I think, a few of each color, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I didn't. Hold on. Looks like these are the only ones that came in. So I ordered a bunch. The coyote ones came in. I'm waiting on blue ones and red ones and some other colors too. I want to make sure I'm stocked up on these before Christmas. And I'm shooting this video on December 11th, which means you probably won't see it till another week. So at least a week will have gone by that I put these on the truck since you saw the video. So getting them in time for Christmas. Got a newly repaired Milwaukee high-speed 3/8 drive ratchet. Strange thing happened. Took it out of the box, and the piece right here that activates the trigger when you press down on the lever was broken out of the box. Don't generally see that. And we just sent it to Milwaukee, and they replaced the unit. If you need help diagnosing electrical problems, and who doesn't, because electrical stuff stinks and it's not very popular. People hate generally working on electrical stuff. I think part of the problem is most people aren't good at it because it's difficult to learn compared to how to unbolt something and bolt something back on. When you're getting into the higher end diagnostics, the electrical work comes into play. And it can be intimidating for a lot of guys because electricity is its own animal. It has its own set of principles, and it's very different than strict mechanicals. So one thing that will make your job easier is using a Power Probe 3. This is their tried and true version. They come in a bunch of different colors. This is the green one I always keep in stock. And it does a few things. You can inject 12-volt power onto a component. So if you're bench testing something or you want to activate a motor or a system or a light on a car, you hook one end up to the battery, touch the probe to the contact, push the trigger, and if it activates, then it works. If not, then you have a problem either with the component or somewhere down the line. And then you can start voltage testing. So it does, it reads out the voltage that it's picking up in the display. And it also checks for continuity. And it beeps and lights up. So if you're testing, say, fuses in a fuse block, if you can't see it, if you're under the dash, and you can feel around, and if you hear a beep, you'll see it light up. Very handy tool. Makes diagnosing things much faster because it cuts down on your troubleshooting time. The bolt biter bolt extractors from Gearwrench are the ones that I prefer to carry instead of the Irwin ones for two reasons. One of them is these are about half the price, and the other is these have straight flutes instead of the twisted flutes. So if you have a damaged bolt head, then these will fit over that, and you can use these to remove and to tighten a bolt. So if you have to reuse a damaged bolt for one reason or another, you've got the option with these to tighten it up again. With the Irwin ones where they have those spiral flutes, it only works in reverse. It does not work going forward. These are impact rated too, so you can beat on them. And if they break, they've got a lifetime warranty on them. So they're the ones that I prefer to put on the truck. Milwaukee has an M18 heat gun. This one carries a 3-year warranty. A lot of their tools have 5-year warranties, but a 3-year warranty on the heat gun. And it goes up to 875 degrees Fahrenheit in a rather compact 6-inch body. Delivering that to a customer Wednesday. These have been on and off a back order a lot lately. These are the 1/2-inch drive 33mm impact sockets. This one is from Sunex. It's the brand I go to. I can get Gray Pneumatic, Titan, Gearwrench, and some other brands. But these are, I think, the best for the money. Lifetime warranty. And the 33mm is equivalent to the 1 5/16. So it does not matter which size you have. I get whatever's most available. There are some people who prefer one over the other. And this customer specifically asked me for the 33 when I asked him if he wanted one of the 1 5/16 that I had on the truck. He said no, he would prefer the 33. So that's the one he's getting. Power Probe has this temperature probe kit. It comes with a base unit and a probe. The probe has a split tip, then it fits in the louvers of an AC vent in a car. You see two numbers on the display. The top number gives you the temperature that is read by the base unit, and the bottom number will tell you the temperature that's being read by your probe. There's also room to stick a second probe on this thing, so then you have 3 temperatures available to you, the base unit, and then this will toggle between probe number 1 and probe number 2, or you can manually lock it onto reading the temperature from either of those 2 probes. These and the probes, again, have been victim of back ordered forever. I'm shocked that this came in because I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for those and some additional probes. Hopefully someday we're back to normal with those, but for right now, I've been putting in orders and waiting many months for those to come in, so I'm stoked to see that. Nothing too great in this box, but there is... why not? I must have accidentally ordered this because I already have some. This is a 48-piece rethread kit from Lang. You have seen this same exact kit under different brands because Lang manufactures for a lot of other companies. They were manufacturing for Mac. I believe this is the same set that Matco has. I don't know if Snap-on's carrying this one. I know they had an arrangement with Irwin for their taps and dies, like the Gearwrench one that I showed you, but that relationship disintegrated, and I don't know what happened to that, but I believe they're still making these for Snap-on. These are the rethread ones to kind of refresh and clean out gunky threads. Both male and female threads because there's taps and dies in there. This one has a National Course National Fine On US and metric thread pitches, it goes to 14 by 1.5 down to 6 by 1.0 on the metric side. And on the national side, it goes 1/4, 28 to 5/8, 18 in both national coarse, national fine, and the metric side. So they pretty much got you covered, though frustratingly, they do not have I thought they didn't have a 12 by 1.5, but they do. Maybe I'm getting that mixed up with something else. Anyway, a rather comprehensive set. It also has a set of 2 thread files, so if you need to manually restore the files on a male thread, you can. There are so many brands of wire wheel that it's hard to know the good ones from the bad ones. I really go by what customers tell me. I've had people tell me they've had inferior ones that just fly apart and all the wires fly out of them, and well, what good is that? These are the ones from Firepower. They're owned by ESOB. They make nice welders and welding equipment, and they have good wire wheels. So I usually go with the wire wheels from Firepower. This is the 3-inch crimped wire brush, and they're rated for 4,500 RPM. Don't put these in a die grinder. They're not intended to be used that way. So use them with a drill or a slower RPM machine. So that's a replacement screwdriver from Gearwrench. I think we're doing a warranty. No, someone lost it. That's what it was. He lost the one he had. He's trying to replace it. So this is the 3/8 tip, 8-inch long shaft Gearwrench screwdriver. Oh, look, I do have a blue Microstream USB light from Streamlight. Maybe I got some other colors kicking around here too. I didn't really look through these boxes before I started shooting the video, so I'm kind of learning as I go to see what I got. Yeah, there's a few other ones, man. I got one customer who is kind of he's doing a lot of different kinds of work at a shop. He's kind of a utility man. He's looking to tool up in a few areas. So he wanted something that was fairly inexpensive to get an impact socket collection going. He needed some standard and metric 3/8 drive sockets, and I got him the Sunex ones. This set goes 5/16 to 3/4, all 3/8 drive, all deep. 100% lifetime guarantee on these guys. Hard to go wrong. You're not spending a ton of money. This set is $85. So when you compare that again to other tool trucks, don't compare the pricing to Amazon, please, because it's more expensive than Amazon, obviously. But in the tool truck game, it's about more than price. It's about service. And if you find value in that, that oftentimes is the reason why you would go for the tool truck instead of just getting off of Amazon or going to a store. If your tool truck guy is not giving you the extra value that would justify you paying the higher prices, find somebody else. I mean, hopefully you get more than one tool truck. It's not worth it if you don't have the service, because you can get quality tools in lots of places. So just make sure someone's doing you right by providing all the after-sale service, the support, no question warranties. Make sure that they're giving you advice when you need it. Is he good enough that you can go to him with a problem or something you're trying to figure out, or you need a recommendation? If he's giving you solid advice, that kind of thing, make sure that he's working for you so that you can justify spending that extra money. This is maybe the best priced sensor socket set I've ever seen, $100. And I've seen this same 8-piece sensor socket set from lots of different brands. I know Sunex has them. I think OTC has one, and their prices are all higher. I don't see a difference in quality at all. They all seem to be the same to me. So I go with the $100 one instead of the $150 or $200 one. Oh, we got some warranties coming back from Milwaukee. This is They're 3/8 drive ratchet. This is not the newer high-speed one. This is just the older first iteration of the ratchet that had, well, I was right the first time, that has that round black head on it. That just went in for repair, came back. A customer that I have only recently started doing business with asked me a few weeks ago if I could get him crow's feet that were designed like a line wrench. The kinds of the ends kind of came back in instead of having just the open wrench style. And he said, you know, if you could do it for less than $300, man, that'd be awesome. Well, when you're a Sunex dealer, almost everything's less than $300. So I got him a set of metric crow's feet with the line ends on them for $64, and he was stoked. And you know, it was good for him because he's saving an awful lot of money on a good set of crow's feet. I was happy with it because I made my full margin on it, and we're both winners. So you use that experience to then tell other customers. And when a customer asked me last week for crow's feet, he says, I need to kind with the line end wrench. Totally different shop. These guys don't even know each other. I said, what about the Sunex ones? And I told him this story that I'm telling you. And he needed a standard set, so he's getting a standard set from Sunex. This set runs 3/8 to 7/8, and it's $4 less than the metric set, $60. It's a no-brainer for guys that need crow's feet. You get these. They don't spread. They seem to be perfectly adequate for even higher torque applications. If you use Sure Shot non-aerosol sprayers, consider the Titan ones. They're about $20 less. They seem to be identical in build quality. And the parts are even interchangeable. You can take your Sure Shot repair kit and put the parts in here and ready to go. So unfortunately, the price went up on these and the Sure Shots. They're kind of stupid expensive right now. But, you know, if you need them, you need them, unfortunately. Kind of inflation's getting all of us, and that has also fallen victim to the newer pricing. I service the City of Austin's mechanics shops. One shop in particular that I service works on ambulances and fire trucks. But everybody who is a mechanic for the city must comply with the city mandate to have certain items in their toolboxes. And they're responsible for doing it, but the city says you've got to have this. And they give them a list of the different tools that they need. Even if those tools are completely out of touch with what the mechanic is working on, they still have to have it. So they want to get out of as cheap as possible because they don't want to spend any money on these things, so they'll probably never use them. So one of the guys at the larger shop I serviced showed me the list, and he said that they've got the universal chromed quarter drive sockets on them. He didn't own a set already, which I thought was interesting, but you know, like everyone else, he wants to get out of it cheap, and he doesn't want to have to deal with it. So they ask me to find them the lowest cost solution I possibly can. And I can get you SK sockets for many hundreds of dollars. I can get you a good middle-of-the-road price point in Gearwrench for about $150. Or we can go with Astro Pneumatic and find the rock-bottom lowest price I can get on universal sockets. $82 for this quarter drive 6-point universal socket set. It runs in sizes... Did I show that to you upside down? Man, I'm a jerk. There, I'm sorry. This one runs 5 to 15 millimeter, and I have a standard set on order too. Astro puts, no, they put some good engineering and thought into their tools. I've never really had any problems at all with their stuff. You do have to look out for their warranties because they don't always cover the stuff under a lifetime warranty. So you do have to be careful, understand what it is you're buying, check the warranty policy to make sure, because some of their chrome stuff does not carry warranties at all. And as a matter of fact, I have to check the warranty on these to see what they are, because at least I want to give the guy good information and let him know It's one of these, he's never needed them, so he doesn't see having to use them, but he needs to keep them in his box because the city's going to check as a condition of his employment. You have seen these on other tool hauls. This is the 4-piece Ladyfoot pry bar set from K-Tool. Why do I go with this? Because they're way less money than other brands. Just a small 6-inch one on the Snap-on truck costs as much as this entire set costs on my truck. It's a lady's foot pry bar set. You're not going to be breaking them. They have the tapered ends for centering holes, and they have the lady's foot end for prying. $65 for this whole set with a lifetime warranty. If you're, I mean, come on. Even Snap-on fanboys are going to have a hard time justifying that. In fact, the reason I'm restocking these is because a Snap-on fanboy bought them from me last week. And when he saw them on the shelf, he's like, how much are these? And I told him, he's like, golly. He goes, I'll take it. And this, I think I've told you about this guy before. Just a terrific guy. I love him a lot. And he has this terrific room set up in his house where it's all decked out in Snap-on decor. He's got every piece of paraphernalia that Snap-on ever put out. He's got everything in every color, and he's happy to show you pictures of them. And it's kind of fun to see what he's been collecting over the years. So I figured a guy like that is probably not going to want to do much business with me, but I was wrong about that. He and I do some very nice regular business, and when he saw the price on those pry bars, like, I can't even, I mean, what can you say? They're a quality item at a really good price, and that's like the sweet spot. If you can hit that, awesome. And that's what we did with these. So K-Tool's been very good for that. They have very good quality, and their pricing is excellent compared to other brands. The reason for that is because K-Tool is a private label brand that's owned by my largest distributor, a company called ISN, and they have a lot of buying power. So they'll go to a pry bar manufacturer and they'll say, sell us these, and they negotiate their price. If they buy, so many tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of units or whatever, and their pricing is a lot less than what the manufacturer would sell for or what a dealer can sell for if he buys another brand. So that's why the pricing is as good as it is with the K-Tool stuff. There are some stuff I don't really go into with K-Tool, like their lighting I tend to shy away from. And I don't think they have much in the way of power tools. They have some air tools, and some of the stuff is actually pretty good. I sold like their belt sanders and some other air tools, but mostly I go to K-Tool for hand tools like the pry bars, sockets, and things like that are very good. This doesn't look like it should weigh as much as it does, but it does. EZ-Red has this popular 3/4 drive extendable ratchet. It extends 24 to 40 inches. And it's got a 3/4 drive head on it for your larger applications. It's impact resistant. Has a whopping 24 tooth gear. I know. Don't use all those 24 teeth in one place. And it has 6 different detents in it for your adjustability. Has a locking collar. I don't think I've ever seen one of these break. There's a lot of metal in here. If you were to pop the faceplate off and look at the mechanism, it's extremely beefy. I would love to see what somebody would have to do to this ratchet to break it. They're beasts. And they put up a lot of use. And on these particularly, they're not stupid expensive for what you're getting. You can spend about, well, I'll give you a little example. This guy costs $75 less than what a 30-inch half-inch drive ratchet costs from Matco. So ponder that. The Matco 30-inch long, half-inch drive ratchet's $300 in their flyer, and this guy here is $225. So think on that when you consider price comparisons and see where the values are. You can do very well for yourself. If you go with different brands, it doesn't always have to be the brand that maybe you've grown up knowing or have come through the industry knowing. As you start to think about other buying options, explore some different brands, get feedback from people and see what they know and see what they use. You might just find there's way better values than what you thought. This is an adjustable stool from Gearwrench. There's a few different brands that have this particular design. It's got this nice, wide, very comfortable tractor seat with a lumbar support on it. You can get the Gearwrench one. You can get one from Whiteside, one from Sunex. I know there's a few other brands out there too. This one has a nice advantage that the base of it has these removable plastic storage trays. So it's got 5 little trays in the base. It's adjustable with a paddle adjustment. It's on an air shock system, so it adjusts up and down. And the price on this is less than the other brands that I mentioned. All the other brands I know of are well over $200. This one's $198. So, you know, when you compare it that way, save yourself the money. You're getting the same seat, very good quality, very comfortable for prolonged periods of sitting. If you got to work low, if you're a body man, for example, and you're just blocking a car on the the lower half, and you're gonna be at it for a few hours, you need something like this to save your back and your knees. Please do yourself the favor. The $200 that you put into a chair now are going to pay huge dividends later when you're not needing, knee surgery and back surgery, or you can't work anymore because you're all sore and you're stiff, and it's not worth it. Do yourself the favor now. Consider a good chair part of your PPE. How about that? And then maybe you'll think about it a little bit different. It's not a luxury item. It really isn't. These are necessity items. Just like protecting your eyes, protect your ears, protect your lungs by wearing a respirator, protect your head if you need to. Whatever you do, do yourself the favor and work in comfort, because it's not an option. It really is necessary if you want to live a full, healthy life, free of the aches and pains and everything else that guys my age and we put up with. You're in a hard enough industry as it is. It's going to wear on your body in the best of cases. So minimize the damage that gets done to your body over the years and years and years of repetition and doing the same things over and over really wear down your body. And that's the end of this Tools in the Hall. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Got to see some new stuff that I haven't shown you before. Gearing up for some Christmas type specials that I think would be popular, like those Microstream lights from Streamlight and those pocket pry bars. I've also got some pocket mate flashlights on the truck that are also very popular on Christmas. So, I think we're in good shape and we're ready to go for the coming week. I'm stoked to hit the road with all this new stuff, because every time the truck is nice and full looking, sales are up, people are in buying moods, especially heading into the holidays. Even though money's tight, people still want to buy things, and they like to buy presents for themselves and their family and their fathers and brothers and mothers and wives and kids and everything else. So I try to get some products that are good options for everybody in the family. And keep watching the channel, because we're going to be doing some other videos, especially surrounding the Snap-on Toolbox giveaway that we just did the previous week. Thank you all for contributing to that. We're going to do some breakout videos on that. And I hope, I don't know if I can do it yet, but I hope to make a video when I deliver it to the fellow who won the toolbox. I'd love to do a little thing with him on that. So hopefully that all comes together. We'll see. So I don't want to overpromise that, but it's something that I'm aiming to do. So do me a favor and click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.